Hello everyone. Welcome to From London with Love with me, Lin Clive on ALB UK TV. I hope you every I hope everyone is staying safe and keeping positive during this time. Today we are joined by a fashion designer to tell us about the fashion industry. Samaira. Hello Samaira.
Hello, Lynn. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
Yes, not bad. Just coping the lockdown, but yes, we're getting through this.
Which city are you joining us from?
I am in Nottingham at the moment.
And
So,
tell me about how COVID affected the fashion industry because it affected obviously all the industries in general. But tell me about fashion.
um, I think I mean, for myself as my business, it has affected us quite badly. Especially with the bespoke side of it, because we do a lot of bridals and we cater for wedding industry. So as you can imagine, as we went along from last year all the way to here, it's like customers are thinking they're going to be having a wedding next month. So they placed an order, and then it just ended up getting cancelled again. So with us, it had had a huge impact. We have suffered quite badly, to be honest with you. But on the positive note, we have been very busy trying to create new collections and just kind of brainstorming to get more ideas out there. Um, but if you look at the fashion business as a whole, I think it has been a very bad year for us.
Tell me
So
about how you started in fashion as a fashion designer. Was it a hobby or was it a dream job?
no, I actually studied fashion from obviously at university. I was studying in Nottingham Trent University, and then I followed it up in Manchester. Um, so for me, I kind of had a degree in it, and I knew this is what I wanted to do. Um, so yeah, I think it from a very young age, I always kind of had a direction which I wanted to follow, and that's what I just did. Just followed my dream, really.
And you're doing very well in this industry. I saw your designs. I wear one of your designs. Been amazing. Tell me about that collection, London Fashion Week collection. Where did you get the inspiration from?
Okay, the collection was named after my daughter. My daughter is 4 years old. Her name is Amaya. So we named the collection Amaya. So she would played a huge part of inspiration into this collection because during the lockdown we got to kind of spend a lot of time with each other. So she was very much into peacocks and unicorns and the pastel colors, and so it kind of she just gave me lots of inspiration from like the kind of stuff that she was painting and drawing on a day-to-day basis. So I kind of just got some ideas from that and put it along with a collection and see if we could actually kind of make a collection out of it that would work. And it's done really well. Um, so we obviously did some printing on peacocks, which worked very well. We did some trench coats. So yeah, so my daughter was a huge inspiration for this collection.
Oh, that's amazing to hear. Samaira, this fashion week was different to any previous fashion weeks because normally people go there to socialize and to see fashion. This year it was like social distancing and kind of like online, I would call it. Like, so not many people in the venue itself. How that affects you as a designer?
I think we kind of knew what we were gonna expect. As a designer, I don't think it's really affected me as a designer, but I think it's more we gave back rather than getting something for ourselves. I mean, yes, it was very different. It was very different from a normal fashion week where you have handful of buyers, bloggers, influencers, media people that's going to benefit the brand. But I think because to be, I mean, with Jeff, we obviously volunteered to do it on a non-profitable charity basis. So I think it to ourselves, I don't think it really affected me. I think if anything, I gained like a different sort of um clientele from it, to be honest with you. And it did it. We did it for the good cause, and that's what kind of really close
That's
to
what
my
counts.
heart. Yeah.
I I think just a personal opinion, Jeff Cox would like to say hello to him from here. He did a great job. He did an amazing job to put
Yeah.
all this event together, and it's not an easy job during COVID situation. So you told me about preparation for your next collection. Would I be able to know a bit more about it?
Yeah, so we have a very hopefully things are getting better in the next few months. We are having a big solo fashion event, which is going to take place in Dubai.
Okay.
So which is going to be quite big because it's going to be very different to Fashion Week. So because we always do multi-designer events, this is going to be a solo, just for ourselves. So we're really busy at the moment working for that collection because it's not a matter of having 10 pieces. We're going to be having 26 pieces. So
Okay. So
yeah, it's going to be a huge, it's a dramatic change from what we previously done. So yeah, so we're just working, getting all the design perfect and making sure we're going to create something different that will help the brand grow in a different direction with a different market.
idea when it will be?
Um, it was supposed to happen January, but we
Yeah.
were told in November that obviously with the whole current situation, it's not going to take place till mid this year. So far it's been pushed to mid of the year. So let's just see what happens if it's going to go ahead or it might get pushed even to October time or September time. So we just have to wait and see.
Samaira, I'm seeing from the conversation you are keeping a very positive vibes and you're managing to do like to be on top of things. Not everyone is managing to do what is supposed to do, and not everyone is managing to stay positive. Would you be able to tell us more about how you do it? Because I think it's very interesting to know from your own experience.
To be honest with you, Lynn, it has affected me badly. But we're all in it together. We just have to, I have 3 young kids, one who's a toddler, and I have 2 kids who are homeschooling from Monday to Friday. So it is very, very difficult, but you just have to find the right balance between your work and between your family life and you. I think what's been really important for ourselves is we kind of connected more as a family. We spent more time with our kids. We got to understand them more rather than them going out to school and then to after school clubs and they're in and out the house. But this, like, for the last year, it's been good. I mean, to keep it balanced, I think balance is the key. And I think you have to look after yourself, and that's the most important thing. If you're happy, then your family will be happy, and then your work will obviously automatically fall into place. But we just have to, look at it this way. We're not in it just by ourselves. The whole world's going through it. So
Motivated for work as well, to not put things aside.
yeah, regarding motivation, I've got more time to kind of think of what I would like to create. So I'm creating more rather than being on the go and events and meetings and seeing my customers and all that kind of thing. But at least this way, I've got my time where I can just switch off and just get my notepad and start sketching, and doing the swatches. So yeah, what can I say? It's been very challenging, but I guess that's how you grow, right? So you have to go through challenges to be able to grow as a person or as a designer even.
That's very true. How long have you been in the fashion industry for?
I have been doing this for the last 7 years.
And how you seeing it changing over, like, since you started up to now?
I've definitely developed as a brand. Definitely developed as a designer.
And the
Obviously, the
fashion
more
itself.
with the fashion itself, I think I've definitely learned and met some great people in the industry. Like Jeff Cox is definitely one of them. Yourself, obviously, I met in September.
Yeah.
So I think the peak of being in this industry is having to meet so many amazing people that are literally, sending so many positive vibes. And it kind of, so I think I've definitely developed as a person, as well. And you kind of get inspiration from so many different people all the time. And I think networking is definitely the key. So yeah.
So networking is one thing, but also now we can talk about social media, because I don't know about you, but some designers rely heavily on influencers to kind of promote or showcase their pieces. What do you think about the involvement of social media with haute couture and designs?
Social media does play a very huge part in my brand. To be honest with you, we do select our influencer very carefully because I do believe that some influencers are so strong because they have so many people that are following them. So what I realized, my success came from Instagram, to be honest with you. Every time we will create a collection or a certain piece, we kind of do it to bespoke to their needs. And then obviously then the people what kind of people would follow them and what kind of stuff they're wearing, and then you definitely kind of increase your sales. But I do believe influencers and bloggers, they do play a huge part. They do play a huge part for our brand, and we kind of keep it fresh all the time, trying to use different type of influences. So some influencer will have different type of following, and another one will have different type of following. So we kind of we do the Asian side of things. So we have certain influence for that. Then we do obviously our Western side, and then we use a handful of good influences to help it cover that. So I personally think, as a designer, as a brand, the use of influencers and bloggers is quite important in order to be able to grow your brand.
And where do you see yourself in a few years? What are the big aims?
Our aim is, hopefully, once we're out of this COVID situation, is to get a bigger studio unit. Yeah, and just to kind of be more into fashion houses, maybe, just to see how we get on, really. So I think our places we're increased, we're rapidly growing, which is a good sign. But I think perhaps have double my staff and have biggest workspace. And we can, we don't have to say no to customers where we can't produce because we don't have that much staff. So we should be able to, we want to upscale to the sense that we have more staff members and we should produce more.
And for students who are doing fashion or people who would like to go into the fashion industry, what advice do you give them?
As a new designer, I think if you're definitely starting fresh and you definitely got this hope or dream of doing it, don't stop. Just go ahead and just follow your dream, because I think being a designer, you kind of learn from your mistake, and if you don't have any mistake in this industry, then you're not going in the right direction, because you're always going to fall to be able to pick yourself up. And you should always give you 110%, because you just don't know, one design will just make it for you, so yeah, just follow your dreams.
Samaira, thank you so much. You've been a great guest today, and
Thank you.
I hope everyone is following your advice. I wish to see more about your collections in the coming years, and all the best for you. Thank you for being
you, Kim. Thank you. Take care.
And for you, my viewers, I will see you next week in a new episode with From London with Love on LBUK TV. Stay safe.